Hey there. Excuse me. I knew I should have just waited till I had my hiccup, but I decided not to, and y'all were greeted. Second thing after I say hello is a hiccup. And that's okay. I'm glad I checked to see if my microphone was working before I started this. Um, Man, there's an advertisement? Why is there an ad? Was there an advertisement before the stream? Or before the stream popped in? I don't even have that turned on. I wonder if it's just. I don't know if I have control over some of the ads on Twitch, but that really sucks. Um, I mean, if there's gonna be ads, I may as well make money off of it. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. That's bizarre. I have a subscription to Twitch just because I hate that. Um, so that's probably why I anytime I can get rid of ads, I will try to. I don't have that kind of patience and or I just I'm gonna fight someone. Anyways, welcome in. I'm very excited to be playing this again. I honestly didn't think all of 2 seconds about what I wanted to play today, and you know what? That's probably on me. It's probably on me. I could do it per streamer, but also if you just get an overall Twitch subscription, it takes away ads from everyone. But you also don't get to you don't get to what is the word I'm looking for? You don't get to support your streamer that you want. But if you have multiple streamers, that becomes specific. Which valid. That gets if you want to support a streamer, then that's fine. But otherwise, if you want to support just not having ads, pay Twitch. I've had my subscription for Twitch, except for last year, for a long time, because there were so many people I was watching. I say so many people. I forget that Twitch exists on a regular basis. Even though I have a little thing in my browser, I just don't watch it that often, or at least it depends on what I'm interested in and how obsessed I am with it. Because sometimes I'm like, oh no, this person's streaming today, cool. But then a lot of the people that used to stream on Twitch a lot are either, or the people that I now watch are streaming on YouTube, which honestly, I wouldn't mind trying to stream on YouTube. You just can't have YouTube chat when you're multi-streaming both platforms. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Just thinking about it. All right, let's continue. How are you doing today? Yeah, it also helps if that's where you built your community too. Like I didn't have any community either place necessarily. If I could stream on Discord and make the same money, and I say make the same money, which is a total of maybe $8, I would, but I'm not out here trying to. Making money is not necessarily the goal. It is a perk, though, if I do. I don't even know where to check to see if I've made any money, so that's fine. All right, so people got crazy last time. I really hope they announce Golden Idol 3, whatever the name of that's going to be. I'm glad you're all right. I'm okay. I am a little bit tired, but then I realized that a lot of my energy goes into staying comfortable in my chair, so I got a cushion, but I could only sit in that for so long before it starts to hurt too. And so today I was like, all right, we'll start the day off without the cushion, and then I get comfy, like super comfy for stream, and it worked out well. But also I like being uncomfortable, so I'm forced to get up and move. Today's been a lot too. A lot of moving around. A lot of, oh, I got a package. I got a package. Let me go to the mailbox. Let me go to my door. Surprise! There's a package, and I got one a little bit like 2 hours ago. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go to the package center, but I can get mail in 3 different places, and that's kind of annoying. But I'm not gonna complain, and I'm trying to make it easier for me to do the package center stuff with the app. Anyways, let's continue. We got this nefarious looking fella. Hey guy, what you doing? All right. Whish bloom. Whish bloom. Because you have to really emphasize that H if there's going to be an H in there. Whish bloom. Old bones and old sins. How's your week been? I feel motley out of breath today, but that's because, again, I've been moving around a lot and honestly just not really thinking about breathing, and then I'm like, why am I holding my breath? Oh, hey, what's happening here? That's a time. Okay. Can't bear to part with the treasure, eh? Then you can stay with it forever. Ha ha ha. Achoo. This bro is sick. Trying to be a bad guy. Ain't nothing cool about that. Captain's Journal, February 27th. Our raid went well without a hitch. Nope, let's try and read that again. Our raid went off without a hitch. The Lemurians were no match for our steel. Truly, hello, Shmee. Just Shmee. How are you doing today? Always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Also, I didn't know you stream, so I'm gonna have to like follow you when I'm not streaming because got to keep it moving here. But I'm gonna follow you and I'm gonna see what you're streaming. When I cracked open the chest, a potent sweet scent poured out, and you know what? Did I read the treasure's house? When I cracked open the chest, a potent. I'm good. I'm a little bit tired. I got influenced on Instagram. A place called Buckeye Brownies make incredible looking brownies, and I'm like, you can't really screw that up. And the caveat to that is if you put marshmallow in and bake it. I don't like baked marshmallow. So the first one I had today was like an Oreo brownie, and the only one I've had today, because honestly, half of one is good a day. But it had marshmallow in it. It wasn't my favorite flavor, but overall it was fine. But I got 4 of those suckers, and they are like the size of my hand, if not larger. I have to like palm it like a football player, palms a football. Gonna eat it, knock someone out. Hey, oh, I hope your internet works out for you so you can stream. It's a lot of fun. It's also, Motley, you realize that streaming brain is different from your everyday brain. Sometimes it's connected, sometimes it's not. I'm not in that big of a rush, so I like crumble cookies though. I know there are people who hate it, but the crumble I always order from, the 2 of them, they've always been really good, unless it's just a flavor I didn't like overall, but I try not to order those. Like, I'll order almost anything raspberry, but anything lemon, I'm like, nah, keep that away from me. Unless it's a lemon bar, in which case that's like it's like having a key lime pie. I'm not a huge fan of citrusy stuff, but those 2 things, they get my goat. Anyways, I opened this and I'm now distracted by desserts, especially as someone who's trying to prevent diabetes. I was like, this is my last hurrah. Yes. Okay. And today, for some reason, I was like, I really want some Burger King. And I haven't ordered food since I was in NOLA because I was working. So I was like, I got a little bit of money. I could do this. I've looked at my bills because I keep forgetting to look at bills. And so finally, I was like, I can afford to, get a little something today because today's the hard day. And so I got Burger King, which was a delight. Okay, let's continue reading Captain's Journal. When I cracked up, I can't read. When I cracked open the chest, a potent sweet scent poured out and filled the room. Pleasant though it was, it set me off in a fit of sneezing. February 28th. Word of our attack has circulated. I have learned that the Seven Seas Company has ordered its naval forces to search all ships entering the company's harbors and to seize any Lemurian artifacts found on board. I know a place where we can hide the chest till this blows over. We'll set sail tomorrow. I love citrus fruits by themselves, but if anything touches orange, I'm like, don't give me that. Like, I don't like orange chicken. I don't. I barely deal with sherbet, orange sherbet, which it's fine. It's my dad's favorite. If he's gonna have like an ice cream type thing, he really loves that. I am just not that person. I do like grapefruit though. Grapefruit, like I could sit down and just kill a grapefruit or three. Look, look, look. I'm gonna look. Here's the deal. The last week I was thinking about where we could eat for lunch on Fridays because I have a Friday lunch group, and it got me thinking, man, I really miss mall chicken, which means you could go to the food court in the mall and there's a particular style of Chinese food you can get there. And it's just like your standard, it seems like, but it's so different somehow than when you go to a restaurant and you could get some bourbon chicken or some General Tso's chicken or whatever. But my favorite was bourbon chicken, and they don't know portion sizes. So you're like, I just want two bourbon chickens and some lo mein or fried rice, and they're like, oh, you just want two, and they give you the quantity of what I would think is like 8, and then they force that styrofoam thing closed, busting at the seams, and then they're like, here, have a great day, and I'm like, thank you, this is now 20 pounds of the best food. And so last week I'm just legit thinking about this, like, I just want some bourbon chicken, and so I actually found recipes to try out to see if I can make them. That's what I'm here for, not that orange chicken. I eat it, I'm like, I don't like the orange part. Otherwise, it's fine. We have the map. Okay. We have this weird key thing. He has 3 blades on him. An O and the standard map. And also he's sneezing. That's a wide stance, my guy. All right, these people. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, people. I love that. That's just the name of it. It's just people. You ever see them? People. Please, Triton. If he must be sentenced to death, can we at least allow him a quick and painless end? Don't leave him in that hellhole. No, you must suffer. Suffer your whole life. Don't fret, Ada. If he told true about those man-eating white alligators attacking them, his death will be quick. Otherwise, the Burke will get what he deserves. What is a Burke? So we have blue circle. She had a blue circle. He had a blue circle. I guess they pulled lots. I guess they pulled lots to see who would, get sacrificed. Truly. University food cart. Oh man. The restaurants at my university, one of them called Campus Corner, I miss their chicken special sandwich and their gyros. I love their gyros. They're incredible. I think often about the chicken special sandwich, but I'm not willing to make a trip over to 4 hours to go just to there. And it's usually closed when I show up because, it's after prime time for students. So what a bummer. What a wild place that was. That it just had some of the best food I've ever eaten. I think the alligators may have been a lie, Tom. Then maybe Jimpo is alive. Shouldn't we check? What do you think, Cyril? Okay. You're very welcome to climb down into the grotto and find him, Stefan. I'm sure as heck not risking it for that guy. He drew his lot and sealed his fate. Truly. An unfortunate lot. Sir Walter Keene, Esquire. Oh. And then we have this that looks more like a crystal than a rose. Are you a bagel or bagel pronouncer? I've always been a bagel pronouncer, but some people go bagel, and that's wild and weird and fun. So this is Sir Walter Keene, the one from the original Golden Idol game. Okay. Okay. Cool. I guess this is what happened to him when he was old. He has something on his shoe, mud, and I guess the paper where he had a red X. Nope, there's the blue X. Huh. Captain, as this shall be our final meeting, I must say you are sorely deficient in both elegance and in intellect, and bear more resemblance to a brute than to a man. He has this hand thing and the two eyes. One with cat eye eyeliner. All right. And Sir Walter Keene. What is this? This is some sort of jar? I guess this is the shards that are on his boot as he falls. That's a large gator, though. All right, let's go inside the grotto. This guy is not breathing, probably. This man is not breathing. More broken shards. He also got a blue X. They're just walking around in all this toxic stuff. There's a key. Okay. And this is only half of the thing, because the other half takes place in 1927. Pop. A little bit more technology going on in here. There's a submarine. There's a lot of overgrowth in here. The plants really did take over. Let's start here. Sabotaged. Oh no. Obviously he's not breathing. He's drowning actively. Or he drowned, I guess. Dr. Darren's Gracelyn. 5 of 6 bullets remain inside the pistol. Okay. For some reason he's breathing in cake. I don't understand this. It's a gas mask. Oh, I guess that's a filter. And not cake. And this looks like a key. We got controls. We got an altitude, pressure in envelope, engine, left propeller up, increase power down, reduce power. Why would you say increase and reduce? Why not just decrease? If you're going to use the word increase, be consistent. Use the opposite, decrease. True. Honestly, a cake scented filter for... I mean, this is how the plague doctors back in the day kind of functioned. They put some flowers in the end of their beak, and that's what they were breathing in when everyone was dying of the plague. Because you know it smelled. It already smelled to begin with. No one had regular bathing habits. All right. Inflate, deflate. You managed to do that here. You did the inverse of inflate, deflate, and balloon. He's trying to inflate it. We're at the top. This was increase the rate of, or the propeller, left propeller specifically. Oh, sorry, my lip is like falling off slowly. It's sloughing off. And as I speak, I can feel it move. All right, left propeller, the power was up-ish. This one, the power's the same. He was trying to go up. Oh, what's this down here? I don't like that for anyone. Is that a squid? On the left? I don't know if you see it. Hold up. Do you see that craziness down there in the bottom left? I don't know what that is. Pressure and balloon. It's high. He was surfacing. Oh, truly, I wouldn't have breathed in. I would have been breathing through my mouth the entire time. But even then, I'd be like, "Don't even talk to me. I feel I can taste the smell. It's something. I don't like it, whatever it is." Ansel, stop. Wait on nearby island. Stop when I have it. Stop when I have. Oh, Ansel, wait on nearby island. When I have it, I will activate beacon. Fly to beacon signal. Others may emerge from grotto with me. Bring Tommy Ivan. Okay. Took a hot second to figure out what the stop meant. I was like, why are we stopping all the things? But no, that's just the end of the sentence. All right. Okay. Is this a gun? It looks like a gun, a Tommy gun. Bring Tommy. Tommy gun. Got it. Oh, this wasn't a submarine. This was a blimp. That makes sense why he's drowning. It wasn't colored like this over here. Over here, it's looking all still and everything. So I thought it was just, a submarine. Turns out it's a blimp. And that also makes sense why he was told to fly to this island. He did not make it. Truly. I have no idea how long it's been out here. Not too long. He's still, kind of a whole guy. Ada Baker, 1768 to 1805. She lived a dangerous life but landed on her feet. So this is where she died. We got Rig R104 radio beacon. Exceeded. Keep it less than 50 kilograms. We got to keep this one less than 100 kilograms. And putridum. This inert vine is known for its foul and overbearing aroma, often likened to that of rotting eggs. It can be used to mask the scent of food, deterring wild predator and scavenger animals from detecting or approaching it. Sorrel grass. I shouldn't have done that. This thing was torn out. I don't know what's on the next page, though. This weed continuously releases fine, hook-shaped spores that can lodge themselves deep within the lungs, causing tissue scarring and damage. All right, have fun. VR sounds like fun sometimes. See you later. Thank you for popping in. Well, if you come back, welcome back. Something's gone wrong. So whoever was flying this shot this guy. This man is no longer breathing. Knockout Monthly. Which type of boxer are you? What's your greatest strength in the ring? Speed and agility, strategy and tactics, strength and power. He is strength and power. Which weight class are you? Heavyweight. How do you generally win fights? Tiring out my opponent in strike. Your score? He's an ogre. Gracelyn. Dr. Darren's miracle fat burning pills. Gentlemen, are you tired of being a disgusting slob? Do you have a mountain of weight that you just can't shift? Your prayers have been answered. Take one pill with each meal and watch your figure transform. Not for men under 70 kilograms. Common side effects in lighter individuals include excessive hair loss and breaking out in purple spots. Hey, that's not a good thing. All right. Okay, we have the airship prompt stuff now. Hydrogen, air balloon, envelope. Pump. Use left to right engine outputs to steer. Hydrogen provides lift as it is less dense than air. Use air balloon to regulate altitude. Max carry weight 300 quaffs. croissants. 450 kilograms to be in short. Maybe bad math, but I'm not gonna fight that. It looks fine, actually. Is that correct? Because I mean, it may have been his issue. It's probably fine. Yeah, it is. I'm just bad at math. And math in my head. All right, there we go. Eliza, Myrtle, can you hear me down there? He has a gas mask, maybe sniffing the more cake. We've made it down. This place is teeming with that awful weed Myrtle showed us. Thank goodness she brought protective gear. Okay. Okay, so some of those spores got in there. So looking at this guy's book, I realize I don't remember where the book is, but this guy was trying to lose weight. I can't imagine him being too heavy for this singular blimp, but if there's two people, maybe he is. All right, going down. Treasure of Captain Triton. Someone has removed their gas mask, and it has even more of that spore, that hook spore. And that sucks. All right, let's go inside. Oh, I hate this. She's not with us anymore. What is this creepy music? This wheat grows thick and tall in dark caverns and hates sunlight. It is entirely harmless, but does get an inert slime all over everything it touches. Okay, that's a page that was torn out from the book. Okay. So this must be... This is Eliza or Myrtle. So that's really it, huh? No wonder she wanted me to do it. Tell me, do you enjoy your life? Expedition contract. The spoils of this expedition shall be split as follow among the 6 party members as follows. Okay, so we've already lost Antoine. That was last time. Jasper, he's up there tied up. Eliza, I think that's that's Eliza right there, and that's Myrtle, or flip it and then that's correct. Hereby promise to give my share of the treasure to Eliza if she's able to find the wish bloom. Okay. Okay. No, I think this is actually Eliza. It'd be great if I could remember. Okay, I just needed that sound to stop because it was too shimmery. All right, let's continue to look at all the things. We didn't finish looking at her stuff. This is a radio, I guess. I know it's down going. I know it's down here somewhere, but where to even begin looking? We're surrounded by a thick wall of sorrel grass, any part of which could be covering it. It would take a lifetime to hack through all this. We need to be sure of our direction. That's some quitters talk. An empty glass jar, a ruby ring, the book. Oh, all those spores. Not that it matters. She was shot. This person is not breathing. 5 of 6 bullets remain inside the pistol. That is what I call a bad time. To whomever may find my cherished wish bloom, I have tried to keep you away, but clearly my efforts have been in vain. So concludes my explanation of the wish bloom's effect and the medium through which it acts upon its subjects. If you doubt what I have written, brace yourself and cast your gaze upon the entrance. Do not be alarmed by my appearance. I mean you no harm. I don't like it. But this is Walter Keane. I don't know if he became a turtle or if that's just some outer thing that he has created. I assume it's some sort of outer thing. But that is Walter Keane. I don't like it. I do not like it. It's a wish bloom. All right, we have discovered all. No, we have one spot we have yet to find. Oh, the obvious thing. I've lived a long time, milady, much longer than most, and I can honestly say my best years have been spent living this way. With the wish bloom by my side, I feel wonderful. He had blue ink, but now it's green. I don't know if that matters for anything, but there we go. At least he was polite about asking about, his motivations. Okay, I guess we now start trying to put everything together. Okay, I would like to get out of... I need both hands. Okay, I would like to get out of here. Let's go here. Okay, so... to turn left, ensure... left engine to turn left, ensure left engine power to ascend, inflate balloon. Left engine power is greater than right engine power. That's what they want here. And then this is just the flip of that. To turn right, ensure right engine power is... yeah. Right propeller, increase power, reduce... if you want to turn right... no, it's the flip. Okay. If you want to turn left, you want to put your power up on the right and lower your power on the left. There we go. Inflate to descend, deflate balloon. All right, weight limit in QFS. The weight limit in the airship is, I guess it's over here. It's not in the book. It's not here. I guess that's actually on the guy up here, over here with this guy. Weight limit in QF 300. Weight limit in kilograms. It's 450. Just give me a number pad. This feels annoying. All right. Ivan's weight in kilograms. I guess this is Ivan. And this is another guy. He's over 90 kilograms. We know that much. At least 90. Or do we go 91? Because if it's less than, or if it's greater than 90, then we're starting at 91 minimally. We'll try 91. I don't know how pedantic they're going to get about this. Ansel's weight in kilograms. Is this Ansel? So if there is a limit of 300, so 450 kilograms, and Ivan is at least 90/91, then that means they went down because between the two of them they were too heavy, which means he must have been about 310. No, 450 in kilograms. No, I think that's probably right. No, it's like 360. Okay, so let's try that. Oh, wait. That's... I mean, they're both... Wait. This is Ivan. Okay. This is Ansel. Okay. Treasure's weight. Oh, they got the treasure. Okay, so the treasure... The weight limit's 450 kilograms. If they're both 90, at least 91 kilograms, then theoretically, then the treasure could be at least 91 also. I don't know if there's something else that I'm missing, but they said should be enough, and then they find out it's not. Yeah, that's not correct. Okay. Okay, what is up? So he got shot. He doesn't have purple spots on his face from what I can tell. So it's not like he was under 70 kilograms like they warned. Okay, so the max carry weight 300 QFS quaffs. The maximum should be plenty, as they say, or 450 kilograms. Using this, it looks like they got this thing up with a max carry weight Oh no. What if they have it backwards? This says this is greater than 100 kilograms, which is 150 quaffs. Is that what the book said? Well, there were two wires. There were two wires here. There's this one that's on the actual hitch. This is the okay. Tell me, am I losing my mind? So look, x is less than y minus x less than y. The conversion between the two is right now messing me up because this one says that if this was 50 kilograms, this is 75 quaffs. But according to this book, it's like he did it backwards, like 1.5 quaffs equals 1 kilogram. But maybe I'm. Why does it feel wrong? It feels like he's wrong on this somehow. X minus y less than y. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me 1.5 quaffs equals 1 kilogram. So this, according to his math, 150 quaffs times 1.5 should equal 225 kilograms, according to his math. But this suggests otherwise. To convert quaffs to kilograms, yeah, that's wrong. I also have my calculator up, and I don't know how to show it because I'm not just sharing a screen, I'm sharing the game itself. Um, so, his conversion written down is wrong, whereas this is probably going to be right because it's one of those manufactured sort of things. So, if that were the case, does that mean it's like I don't know why I'm trying to do math. I'm not going to. I refuse. Anyways, this is the less than 50 kilograms, but they seem to have used this one because we also oh, there's where the book was. We don't know what's on the other page, but the putridum uh, stuff is all over their lungs. Or maybe that's on the next page and we just don't know what that is. Okay. Okay. I mean, judging by what he wrote down, the weight limit in quaffs, but the weight limit in kilogram, I don't know how to do the inverse of this. That's what I thought. But then I was like, that seems too simple. Hey, me, use the calculator and use the right button. Okay, 200. Okay. 200. That is the answer here. Which means Ivan's weight in kilograms, they're both at least 90, and the treasure's weight is in kilograms at least 50, because we know they had two different strings pulling this stuff up. Hey, welcome back, just me. This is more math that I'm good at. I'm really not good at math. But at least I think we might be closer to a solution. So we know this last number is 0. 18 plus 5 is 23. So that's going to be 23 to 30. That's still wrong. No. You can't mess with me about math. Okay. Was the book in Quaffs 2? No, that's in KG. Okay. Okay, so then we have this. This is less than 100 kilograms. And this is less than 50. This tells about the plants. Do we have anything on this guy about it? Okay. I don't know how we're supposed to determine the weight of the treasure. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe it too was 90. In which case this was 270. But honestly, if that's the case, okay. Okay, hold up. The book over here said to not be below 70 kg. So he's at least 90 kg. The other guy, I guess the question is who's Ivan and who's Ansel, because one of these guys is minimally 70. Okay, we'll try that, then we'll switch the numbers around if it doesn't make sense. Okay, that's going to be 18 plus 7. Eight plus 7 is 5. Okay. 15, I should say. But, okay. 7, 9. I wonder if they want the 1 in here still. I still don't know how we're supposed to figure out the treasure's weight. Because 2 guys was fine. At like 160 kgs, they were still in the air. But minimally, if they were going down, then the weight of the treasure would have to be like 30 kgs. Wonder if something over here tells us this information. Probably not. It's a key. Um. Oh, this wasn't open last time. And none of this is talking about their weight. What if this guy knows something? No. He has such a weird look. More glass shards. I don't know what this bottle has to do with anything. Nothing at all. I have no idea. This jar, I should say. Okay. We've got to figure this out. Okay. Let's go inside. This person was trying to, I guess, go forward 100% because both engines were on equally. Maybe a slight left turn. It's really hard to tell from the. I guess it's not too tough, but he was trying to make a slight left turn, but ultimately did not succeed. It was too heavy. Okay, so Ansel's the one in here. Ansel is the what looks like to be the heavier of the two. Again, I don't know how pedantic they're being about this. This would be 3, I guess. Okay. It doesn't feel like they'd be that pedantic about everything. To ascend, inflate balloon. To descend, deflate balloon. That makes sense. Okay. It seems as if they were trying to make a right turn. Yes. Trying to make a right turn. The treasure is here. Wait, hold up. Hold up. This dude had to be heavier because only these two were actually on this thing when it went down. Because the other guy is still up here. His weight is actually negligible to this whole thing. He just has the calculations. It's just these two guys. If he was trying to lose weight, I mean, he can't be more than 100 kgs because we don't have 3 numbers here. But if they thought Ivan was going to be on and Ansel plus the treasure, they thought they were going to get. But also, one of them is also bad at math. Okay. So let's assume Ivan's weight is at least 70. His has got to be at least. I mean, these are probably not wrong statements, but there's probably a more correct statement. Either way, this probably needs to be a 4 then. What do you want from me? I don't know. I don't know. I'm frustrated. Okay. We'll come back to that. Let's also go back to 1797 because that's where this first one is. In 1797, blah, 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 the blah, blah, blah. So he was tasked with entering the grotto together with blah, blah, blah. They hid the treasure in a cave. Inside the cave, blah, 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 killed blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, then blah, 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 the blah, blah, blah. I'm sure we get the picture. Okay, so let's pull up the word bank. And let me move chat back down so you can actually see it again. And I'll try to bring it over so it's not not covered up. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. Now what we have here is okay. In 1797, let's also divide this out to people in 1797 and 1927. And for some reason, Walter King gets to be right in between the two. All right. What do we think happened here? We have Captain Triton. They all drew lots. And they tossed his wish bloom down with him. This is Walter Keane. We know that much. Who are you, my guy? Okay. We don't know his name. We know he is not breathing. Okay. Triton, Ada, Tom, Cyril, Stefan. Jimpo is the one that's down there. Okay. Jimpo Jenkins. What a name. Walter Keane found the wish bloom. So he was tasked with entering the grotto together with Jimpo Jenkins. They hid the treasure in a cave. Inside the cave, Putrid Vine killed Jimpo. Walter Keane then he sealed, removed the wish bloom before exiting. He shot the gun. Was there a gun down there? Broke the jar. Dropped the key. These definitely were the killer of him, though. He has what looks like a slice, like he'd been cut. But this suggests that the spores from these plants actually took him out. It does look like a slice. He doesn't have a knife on him. He just has scissors and writing paper and a lost dagger. This guy had a dagger, but it seems to be clean. He looks like he's being punished for taking the wish bloom. Walter King, let's say he removed. Inside the cave, putridum vine killed Jumpo Jenkins. I think they're tossing the wish bloom back down with him because it was making everyone sick. Before exiting, the so and so did something to the or maybe that's not where he removed it. Walter Keane then found Walter Keane then broke is broken option, shattered, sabotaged, lost the jar. Both of them had this jar on their shoes. He had jar on his shoes. These shards right here. He had them on his shoes. So something about the jar. I feel like that's where we were at. Okay. Oh. Walter Keane lost the lots. Lost the lots. Sabotaged the lots. Rigged the lots. Like I said, they were drawing lots to see who did something. And he lost it on purpose. They hid the treasure in a cave. Inside the cave, putridum vine killed Jumpo Jenkins. Walter Keane then found the wish bloom. Yeah, the wish bloom was before exiting. Walter Keane let's say removed the wish bloom. Nope. Stole the wish bloom, stored, sealed the wish bloom in a jar because this This activated the smell, deactivated the smell. What word options do I have? Sabotaged? No. Activated, maybe. Restrained? Masked? Sealed the wishbone in a jar because this restrained. What is a better word for restrained? Would it be masked? It's not covering up. There are things that actually mask the smell of things, but this is tamping it down, I think. I think we're good here. Because what? I don't know what the issue was. Can't bear to part with the treasure, eh? You can stay with it forever. But because Walter Keane sabotaged. You think hid would be somewhere in here. Lied? Truly, it is truly alive. Just flapping around in the wind. But because wait, when does sneezing come into play? Oh, look at the baby tree, and then it became a big tree. Cute. Only took it almost 200 years. If he must be sentenced to death, at least allow him a quick, painless one. The Burke? I'm still not sure what that means. That maybe Jimpo is alive. Shouldn't we check? You think the alligators may be a lie? But because he confessed, but because Walter King confessed, Walter was caught and sentenced to death. Okay, because Ada, no. Sneezed, found. What would have happened that made him have to get... The Mirians were no match for our steel. The treasure is ours. When I cracked open the chest, a potent sweet scent poured out of it, filled the room. but because there were no guns. So shot is not in this. But because something followed. Sabotaged? No. I don't know what this last. I know the last word is Walter King was caught and sentenced to death. We know this by what's actually happening here. Okay, let's go backwards then. Before exiting, Walter King sealed the wish bloom in a jar. Because this restrained the smell. But because knew he knew the treasure was down there by the smell. Okay, I think that's what happened, or maybe that. I mean, it was his treasure. When I cracked open the Cheshire potent thing, set me off in a sneaky fit. I know a place where we can hide this chest till this blows over. We'll set sail tomorrow. So he knew. I wonder if it's masked versus restrained. Anyways, Walter King rigged the lots, so he was tasked with entering the grotto. I guess he could have just straight up lost the lots. So he was tasked with entering the grotto together with Jimpo Jenkins. They hid the treasure in a cave. No. Nope. This is about Jacques Triton. Stole. I don't think there's just treasure, so I guess it's just wish bloom. Oh no, there is treasure. So he was tasked with entering the grotto together. Oh, I guess not. Who did he hide it with? Is that another key? Okay. This one's hard. Let me take a sip. This might be a longer stream just because I want to figure this out. Okay. So, what if... So that must be Tom. Cyril's back here. Stole the treasure. Who stole the treasure? What about... We know that Triton stole the treasure. So maybe he stole it with Walter Keane. They hid the treasure in a cave. Inside the cave, putrid. I don't think. Okay, none of this is making sense now. Okay. They hid the treasure in a cave. Okay, Walter Keane. Something the treasure? Did he sabotage the treasure? What did he do? I feel like I don't have any context for any of this. Like, all we have is this guy with his teeth. Only one thing on him, he's obviously still breathing. Our raid went off without a hitch. The Liberians were no match for our still. The treasure is ours. When I cracked open the chest, potent sweet scent poured out and filled the room. Pleasant as it was, it set me off into a fit of sneezing. Word of our attack circulated. Okay. We'll set sail tomorrow. And this is them trying to figure out what to... Lowering this guy. Hard to tell. He's not moving up or down. How is the wish bloom? If the wish bloom was stored in a jar... Okay. How's the jar already on the ground broken and they have walked on it? I think this is actually correct down here. Before exiting... Okay, hold up. Walter King... He wasn't there to hide the treasure. I think they were going to retrieve it. No, they were going down there to hide the treasure, which they did. So he sabotaged the lots. So he was tasked with entering the grotto together with Jimpo Jenkins. He's a neighbor. Okay. Walter King. Okay, inside the cave, Putridium Vine killed Jumpo. Hold up, let's switch back real quick. Because I don't remember which... I still don't know what this means. That's crazy. Wheat grows thick and tall, hates sunlight, entirely harmless, goes into inert slime when anything touches it. Okay. I guess this could be the wish bloom. Because even in the gas mask, it's all in there. So the wish bloom. Oh, maybe the wish bloom killed Jumpo. Or it was Walter King. And then let's start with Walter King. And then Walter King... Did he find it? Did he steal it? Stole the wish bloom? But it's something they both had to walk on. I'm going to say the Wishbloom killed him. Killed Jim Poe Jenkins. Walter King then sneezed, found, before exiting Walter King, this is a lot. They hid the treasure in the cave. Inside the cave, Wishbloom killed Jim Poe Jenkins. Walter King then found the Wishbloom. Walter King then found the Wishbloom? Sure. Before exiting, Walter King I'm back at not fully understanding the order of operations here. The treasure's here. The treasure was hidden here with one of the keys. The jar was already there. The jar... What are the possibilities of this jar, though? They both had to walk through it. The wheat's by the treasure. Putridium, inert vine known for its foul smell. It's mostly used to mask the scent of food and deter the wild predator from detecting or approaching it. Which is wild because I think the Putridium the Wishbloom would have killed them because that's the more potent thing, but they wouldn't have known they were coming across it because of the Putridium around it. Unless whatever's on the next page is doing things, but we don't know what the name of that. All we know is that this particular one becomes slime and is completely harmless. Except for if slime touched me, I would be incredibly grossed out. So no thank you. He has an empty knife or scabbard. Sheath. I don't know what to call it when it's for a dagger. He has an extra one. This looks like the one from that scabbard. Okay. Okay. The Wishbloom maybe he truly lost the lots. So he was tasked with entering the grotto together with Jim Poe Jenkins. They hid the treasure in a cave. Inside the cave, Wishbloom killed Jim Poe. Walter King then found... But again, that goes back to... This looks like a slice or a stab. But Walter doesn't have his blade. But he's also gone up before, and now he's going back down. Right? They are very kind of adorable. Like this was like, it looks like food. Chomp 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 chomp, just blinking red eyes and chomp chomp chomp. They're honestly really adorable. And there's a jar here. Okay. Wishbloom killed. Maybe Walter did kill him. Walter. I feel like once Walter found the Wishbloom, maybe he would want to kill Jimpo. I think it was the plant still. I still think it's the Wishbloom. Wishbloom. Who Wishbloom. Killed Jimpo Jenkins. But because Triton sneezed. Oh, because okay. You're right. Walter King was caught and sentenced to death. Before exiting, Walter King sealed the Wishbloom in a jar because this restrained the smell. Okay, so that means there's more than two things wrong. So I don't think it's hard to tell. Yeah, inside the cave, Walter or Putridium. It's not Sorrel. Sorrel's the one that's actually not a danger. Yeah, this is on 1797. So, inside the cave, it seems like Jumpo was trying to steal the treasure because he had a key out. He may have found the Wishbloom. Treasure killed Jumpo. Did the treasure kill Jumpo? Wishbloom didn't kill him. Walter Keane. Jacques didn't kill him. Walter Keane then, what did he do after so and so died? After Jimpo died? It's got to be Walter King. They were the two that were tasked with going down there. Walter King then found the Wishbloom. Before exiting, Walter King sealed the Wishbloom in a jar because this restrained the smell. This, not masked, maybe remove. Okay, so it just restrained the smell. Alligators killed Jumpo? Does it seem like an alligator killed Jumpo? It doesn't seem bloody enough. Alligators? People? Machete? Okay. I wonder if we can figure out something from, here. Um, Whatever's on this next page, I guess it could be Wish Bloom too, but we don't know the full scope of what the Wish Bloom is. We just get this piece of paper that's like, so this concludes my examination, my explanation of the effects. I'm just like, hey, don't do that. Give me the whole answer. If you have doubt, what I have written here, brace yourself, then cast your gaze above the entrance. Do not be alarmed by my appearance. I mean you no harm. And he has ink again, which is also on the dagger, or on this weapon back here, this blade. Wishbloom didn't kill him, and it seems like he's been hanging out here the whole time. Well, obviously, she also didn't die from that either. The Wishbloom. She died from a gunshot. Maybe. This is legit like 130 years later or something like that. 120 or so, yeah. Yeah, 130. Sure, yeah. Inside the cave. What a terrifying song. This was just like presented to them. It was like, take the stupid treasure, we don't care about it. Okay, let's go. Let's switch back over. What else does he have on him? Maybe that tells us some more information. The lack of a dagger. He has some scissors. And I guess the paper that they use to draw the lots on. He has a cork. He has a cork. Why does he have a cork? Why does he have a cork? That's such a random assortment of things. I guess that could have been the cork. Oh, that's the cork of the jar. Okay. This guy. It kind of looks like either his shirt was torn off, but it's not as apparent. And this is just his skin. Skin? But also maybe shirt? Excuse me. Okay. Inside the cave. Walter King then did he hide the I don't think hide is an option. For exiting, Walter King sealed the wish bloom in a jar because this restrained the smell. But because Triton sneezed, Walter King was caught and sentenced to death. Okay. I guess the wish bloom was in the chest. I think that's exactly what they already said, and I'm just now understanding that. Okay, Walter King lost the lots. I'm going to stick with he sabotaged it. So he was tasked with entering the grotto together with Jimpo Jenkins. They hid the treasure in the cave. Inside the cave, Walter King killed Jimpo. Walter King found the wish bloom. It wasn't the treasure. No. He... The jar killed... I'm trying to figure out this still. Obviously, because we have not moved on to the next set of events. Alligators did not get this guy, otherwise they'd be feasting on him still. Walter could have killed him, but his blade wasn't bloody. The one that was in the pocket of the captain. It seemed to be pretty straightforward. Look at these little guys down here. Inside the cave. It wasn't the sorrel weed. That's not the hazard here. The Petridium vine is not the bad part. Wishbloom. Wishbloom killed Jimpo. No. Walter killed Jimpo. Walter King found the Wishbloom. The treasure? The Wishbloom. Treasure killed Jimpo? Do I even have the right person? Because if this is Triton's up here, she's talking to him. He's talking to Ada. He's talking to Tom, who was talking about the alligators, which is this guy. And then and then maybe Jimpo is alive. We gotta assume he's the other one down there. Cyril is this guy. And this is Stefan. Why is the glass on both of their shoes? Like the jar was already in there. Um, I think the last sentence is correct. I think the first sentence slash paragraph is correct. I think this is fine. Unless instead of sabotaged, it's lots. But why would they show that he had ink in his pocket? So he could write that on there. Like, he did it on purpose. Also, he was the one who cut them out. So he was in charge of creating the lots. He has a lot of jar on his feet. Okay. Sabotage the lots. He killed Jimpo. Walter Keane then found the wish bloom, followed the smell to the wish bloom. Restrained versus masked. Okay. Any ideas? Let's assume Walter King did stab Jimpo with a dagger, and that's why King Triton, right? Captain Triton took it from him. He found. You think they talk about how they hid the treasure, but the treasure is the wish bloom. Oh, I just realized that he was there so long that he actually built ways to get out. Like you have this whole underwater tunnel, and I don't know what this thing is. Terrifying is what I'm calling it. But also this other tunnel over here to get out or to get back in, because this is all slippery, slimy goodness. Okay. This is mostly to deter things from animals from approaching. Mask the scent of food. Wish bloom has got to be the thing that's like it hooks onto your lungs and then you die. We have that same alligator skeleton there. And we have the pink shells, treasure of Triton. Okay. The wish bloom. Okay. Okay. You know what? Let's see what else we got. Though I hate not finishing these because I think it's going to prevent us from getting the last two parts of the puzzle. Okay. I don't want to go back to the math one first. And I don't want to do this. I want to finish the one we're on. We're close. I feel like we're close, but we're not close enough. What if he didn't sabotage the lot? What if he just lost the lots? Lost the... rigged? Maybe he rigged the lots. So he was tasked. Sneeds knew the lot, sealed, sabotaged. Lost is the only other option. Between lost and sabotage. Okay, Wish Bloom killed Jumpo. And Walter King then... Well, we have the part where he sealed the wish bloom in a jar. Or maybe it was Walter King then found the jar. No, they had to walk across it. Because again, they both have jar on their shoes. The jar is broken right here. What if instead of he sealed the wish bloom in a jar, he removed it? No, because again, they had to walk across it when both were still alive. Found the jar. Before exiting, sealed, removed. No. Maybe. It masks the smell. Walter King then found the wish bloom. Before exiting, Walter King sealed the putridium in a jar. But did Walter King kill him? Or was it the wish bloom? Anyways, let's see. Walter King sealed the putridium in a jar because how would this setup work? He found the wish bloom. Before exiting, Walter King wrapped the putridium vine in a, let's say, envelope. Because this masks the smell of the wish bloom. Envelope. What else could have been wrapped in? What do we have falling here? Oh, he wrapped the wish bloom. Wish bloom with the putridium in a putridium vine because this masks the smell. I think that's now correct. As we can see here, that is wrapped around the wish bloom. So I think you're onto something with that. Okay. Inside the cave, Jumpo? Not alligators. Was it Walter King killed Jimpo? All right, we're getting somewhere. This is good. Okay, what's wrong? But because Jacques sneezed, Walter King was caught and sentenced to death. I think that's still correct. That didn't change. Okay, this didn't change at all. Walter King sabotaged the lots. So he was tasked with entering the groves. Maybe it's just lost. I think still just lost. They hid the treasure in the cave. Inside the cave, Walter King killed Jimpo? They're the only two down there. Oh, thank you. Walter King then found the wish bloom. Okay. Found is the only thing I can think of. Before exiting, Walter King... He wrapped the putridium vine around it. That's how he masked it. Because again, you can see here with the putridium vine wrapped all around it, looking all stinky and stuff. But the jar was already down. So I don't know what the jar has to do with anything. Because the jar was broken before they were there. Because they walked on it. still definitely Walter Keane. His hat and the vine wrapped wish bloom, because this masks the smell. Petrurium vine. What a terrible word. Okay. Walter King killed Jumpo. Did he find it? Or did he removed the wish bloom? Stole it. It's not changing. He literally sneezed here, but I can't see anyone else who had. Maybe her. None of those seem to have an issue with that. And it's hard to tell from that guy here. But they walked in the jar when they first got down. Maybe. Hold on. What if we're wrong about this whole beginning thing? Okay. In 1797, but that's the only thing we know about it, the whole group, is that they drew lots. Walter Keane was the other one for sure. Something the jar. That's not useful. Ooh. Stole is correct. Unless wish bloom and treasure are synonymous with each other in this case. Okay, stole the treasure. So Walter Keane found the treasure. New. Okay, let's go back to sneezed, because that seemed to be correct too. Okay. Walter King wrapped the wish bloom, and I think these last two paragraphs are fine. Yeah, there are two things still wrong. Walter Keane or the wish bloom? No, Walter Keane did kill him. Jumpo Jenkins? Yes. Yes. Walter Keane then... Yeah, treasure or wish bloom. Then... Stole is correct. Stole the treasure. Well, stole the wish bloom or the treasure. Stole the. What else could he have stolen down there? It's not jar. So it's either treasure or wish bloom. Did he find the wish bloom? And he stole the wish bloom? What did he say? Right? That is weird. Walter King. He found the. So he already knew it was the wish bloom. Of course he would. Sealed? No, because the whole reason he ended up going down is because of the lots. And he stole the wish bloom. Nice. He sabotaged the lots. Why was that a jump scare for me? I'm like, oh, I succeeded. Ooh. Thank you. Well, thank you for the idea that he actually grabbed something in the Protrudium. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And the sneeze bit, that sneezing is everything. And that's just one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. Oof. Let's see how quick we can get through this if we can, or better yet, please don't make me do math. This is like the only thing I will actually cheat on, because math. Because it's the weight. Okay, so weight limit in quaffs is 300. It's 1.5 quaffs per 1 kilogram. That means the weight limit in kilograms is 200. Ivan's weight in kilograms I still don't know how you determine that when we have a max weight of 300 quaffs or 200 kilograms. This dude must be 90. He must be at least 70. Where did I get 90 from? Let's try and figure that out. Because sometimes I latch onto a number and I'm like, how? Oh, because who's the boxer? Is it Ansel? It's got to be Ivan, or it's got to be Ansel over here. So this is where I got the 90. More than 90 kilograms. He's a big dude, unlike Mr. Skinny Pants here, Mr. Arm Tattoo here, Mr. Hole in Chest Not Breathing guy here, or a guy who has way too short of a torso now for some reason. But also, he's the one who circled this. So maybe I actually have it backwards. So maybe they're both right around 90. And the treasure is more. At least. Why is this tripping me up? Okay. Ivan's weight is at least 90. Ansel's weight is obviously more, but at least 70. The treasure's weight is at least 0, which means they should be at like 160. The treasure's not nothing. The treasure's weight, judging by this, not this, I'm sorry. I just click buttons sometimes. Less than 100 kilograms. And this is less than 50. They have this one out. They have this one out specifically to pull up the treasure. So it had to be minimally like 51. Or else they would have just used the 50 weight line or the 50 kg line. I think that's actually more correct. I'm not going to be nitpicky with that. So that means Ivan is somewhere around 90. He's somewhere around, well, minimally 70. But that also puts this up to 230, which we already know is wrong. Why? Anywhere between 51 and 99. I mean, it could be 210, but these numbers would need to add up. So maybe, I guess 6 plus 5 is 210. If you factor in all the rest of the numbers. But 16 plus 5 is 21. How about I say it better, like I know math somewhat. But yes, that would be 21. I am using my calculator, but I really thought I could figure out that problem, but I also know that my brain was stuck on before when I worked on this, and I was thinking in 18s. Um, we know he's heavier than Ivan. Why is this? Why? So like 18 plus 5 is then, 23. But we know that's not correct either. Thanks, thanks me. Much appreciated. I appreciate the obvious interjections. um, we know this guy because he's on these pills is at least 70 kilos. More because he's kind of waterlogged. It's okay. Um, it'll always land on her feet. I wonder why they pointed this out, other than this is the same island, which I would have gathered. They lifted the chest up with. There's the beacon, the radio beacon. They lifted the chest up with the 100 kg cord or whatever. He's around 90 kg, but what? Excessive hair loss and breaking out in purple spots, yes. If you do that for lighter individuals. Do we have someone with that issue? No, I haven't seen anyone with that issue. I was looking for it though. So minimally, you have to be more than 70 kg to be on this drug that he's on. But he's not having purple spots, from what I can see. And wait on nearby island. When I have it, I will activate beacon. Fly to beacon signal. Others may march from grotto with me. Bring Tommy. Okay. Bro was almost full throttle trying to get that thing up, but couldn't because these two things. Wait, what's wrong with him? He got shot? Who did he get shot by? Wait, does this look like purple spots? He doesn't. He looks like he has way too much hair. Honestly, he has a unibrow. Yeah, me either. So that's a non-issue then. What else? But the guy over here is on those pills. But since this guy wrote with the red pencil, we know he's the one who circled this. So we know he is kind of a big dude. More than 90 kg. So we know he's minimally that. Yes. Yes, he is on. He's at least 70 kgs. This guy has bigger issues than purple spots. He has a hole in his chest. I'm trying to decide if he shot his friend. In fact, there's 5 or 6 bullets in the pistol. She got a bullet to the chest. There's also a machete down here, 2 of them. So they hacked their way into here. He has no gun. He has a pistol, but we don't get any information about it. However, this dude has the Tommy gun. The magazine is full. He has a pistol, though. 5 or 6 bullets remain inside the pistol. He shot the other guy. He shot Ivan. Or maybe I have the 2 guys mixed up. Hold up. You know what? We can also verify this. Let's go look at whose name was everyone's. That's Myrtle. This is Ivan. He was the one, if you look at his stupid hair, I was like, there's no Ansel in this party. Okay. That tells me a little bit more. The one who has drowned in the thingy thing, judging by his stupid face hair, is actually Ivan. He's the one who's a bit heavier. So, if we take that information and we go, Ivan is a little bit heavier than the other guy. Though Ansel is the one who was writing this, so he was minimally 90 kgs because he said he was a heavyweight, and they gave the weight ranges for that. Okay. So that means the treasure's weight is at least 40. Though I feel like we've done this before too. Hold up. Total weight. Nope. Hey, do you know your numbers, me? Sometimes. I only know them sometimes. That's 160 plus 40. That's going to be 200. At least 200 in kg. What do you mean? Oops, that was wrong. Nope, still wrong. I mean, we're going with the at least. What a weird question. What a weird way to do this. Ansel is the one we know is 90, at least 90. We know because Ivan's on those pills. That's 70. Minimally 70. Which means the treasure's weight is at least 50. I still maybe... They used the 100 pound or the 100 kg wire to pull it up when they could have used a 50. So it has to be 50. 50. I don't know. Hold on. I also have my math wrong still because I just never continue on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh. Why? I feel like I've had this up here before, but I don't think I have the treasure's weight right. Okay, so this is good. To turn left, right engine power is greater than left engine power. To turn right, make sure left power is greater than right engine. Is it? No. Okay, they're not being that petty. Okay. To descend, deflate balloon. To descend, deflate balloon. To ascend, inflate balloon. Oh, okay. What's wrong? This is... That's 16 plus 5. Yeah, that's still 21. Okay. I wonder if this is backwards, even though logically this makes more sense to me, but let's try it. No. It's exactly what I thought it was. I don't know how this makes any sense. To ascend, you deflate the balloon? The pressure is in the envelope. Pressure in balloon. Inflate up, deflate down. This is one of the hardest ones. And also because it's like the last full case of the DLC, probably of the game in general. I'm not surprised it's this difficult. Hydrogen provides lift as it is less dense than air. Use air balloon to regulate altitude. So if you make the balloon smaller, then that means there's more hydrogen space to work with. Therefore, it should go up. That's... Yes. Yes, that. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for getting me there on that one, because that's... That... All right. Let's keep... I don't know if we'll finish this tonight, but I'm excited to be done with that part. We still have 4. We're not going to finish this tonight. I just want to get one more. In 1927, Eliza Swan, Ivan Kearns, he's kind of an offshoot in the middle too. Um, Eliza, Myrtle, Ivan. Ivan shot Eliza. Entered the grotto and found the wish bloom. Did we find the wish bloom or did we find the treasure? While winching it up, Ivan Kearns while winching it up, activated a beacon. When Ivan climbed out, did Eliza, maybe it was Jasper and Ansel, followed him? No. We're not talking about what's happening down in the thing anymore. Jasper and Ansel Marsh followed him. Then Ivan then shot Ansel Marsh because he stole, because he promised the treasure, stole the treasure. Why did he shoot Ansel Marsh? No, he restrained Jasper because he because he sabotaged. What happened? The beacon is fine. It didn't get sabotaged. But because he inflated the balloon. But because Ivan inflated the balloon, the airship plummeted, so Ivan drowned. Because he Found the wish bloom? That doesn't make sense. The treasure? Ivan Kearns then restrained Jasper Wiles. He more likely shot Ansel because he promised he stole the treasure. Yes. That's what this little bitty scene right here is about. He got shot. And he's restrained. We know Ivan Kearns activated a beacon. He's trying to reach the radio. He's trying to speak into that. He didn't make it very far. That's for sure. I think so. I think he's trying to warn the girls. I don't see that Jasper went down, and that's part of the issue. But maybe okay, so Ivan and Jasper followed him up, but there's only two people followed Ivan up, but the two women are in here. I don't know. That's weird. Activated a beacon. We know that from the plans. Let's see. Because Ansel wasn't even on the island from what I could tell. Or maybe he did get out. Right? It's definitely the guy who drowned's fault. First of all, he's been killing people left and right at this point. Last week, he killed someone because he was like, I don't want this expedition to end, so I'm going to go ahead and just poison this dude right on up. And he did. It was ugly. It was ugly. Okay. Eliza, Ivan, Myrtle, and Jasper entered the grotto and found the treasure. Ivan Kearns activated a beacon while winching it up. Yeah, there's only this many people left from the original, 7 or 8 people that there were. Okay. They went into the grotto. Jasper must have gone down too, because even his thing has stuff in it. So he breathed in the wish bloom spores. Okay, so he activated this. Jasper and Ansel followed him. Maybe it needs to be the other way. When Jasper climbed out, Maybe Ivan and okay, followed him. Mm. Ivan then shot Ansel because he stole the treasure, exceeded the weight limit. But because Ivan, okay, so something's wrong with this sentence right here. Oh, when Jasper climbed out, Ivan and Ansel restrained him. Hey, that was quick. Ooh, that was actually really quick. Let's take a look at this one. Let's just look at it. Thank you. I feel really smart sometimes. This game makes me feel so smart and so dumb all at the same time. It's crazy. Um yeah, I can do this one. Meanwhile in the grotto, um to give blank Myrtle promised to give no, Eliza promised to give Myrtle uh treasure if she found the wish bloom. To achieve this, Myrtle shot her. No, Myrtle removed her mask. Is that an option? Gas mask. There we go. And wait, and the what? Hold up. Okay, let's look at this. She removed the gas masks. And okay. Hereby promise to give my share of my treasure to Eliza. Okay, I have this backwards. To give. Okay, Myrtle promised to give Eliza treasure if she found the wish bloom. I, Myrtle, hereby promise to give my share of treasure to Eliza if she is able to find the wish bloom. That's written there, right? To achieve this, Myrtle removed her gas mask and confessed and promised the and followed the what are we looking for here? Wish bloom smell? You know what? That's right. You're right. But after reading Myrtle's letter, hold up. So that's really it, huh? No wonder she wanted me to do it. Tell me, do you enjoy your life? The turtle's letter. But after reading Walter Keane's letter, Myrtle realized that truly his name isn't consequential to all this. He's been in this game for 2 games now. He was in the original. Myrtle's the one that's unmasked. Nope. So, I, Myrtle's song, hereby promise to give my share of the treasure to Eliza if she's able to find the wish bloom. And Myrtle is willing to sacrifice herself to find the wish bloom. See, now I have to go back and figure out who they all are again. Oh, this is Eliza. Okay. You're right. Redhead is Eliza. It's hard to tell. I tried to associate their names with what I think their lives are, but not so much. Okay. Also, they all look about 55 too, so it's hard to tell. Probably. So, let's take a look. Okay. To achieve this, Myrtle removed her gas mask. No. Eliza removed her gas mask and followed the wishbone smell. But after reading Walter Keane's letter, Eliza realized that Myrtle I don't know what word goes here. The wish blooms smell with sorrel grassweed. Confused. Masked. Walter Keane had masked wishbloom smell. With, but that's not an option. Why would I think that was an option? That well, either Myrtle tore out the wrong page, or Eliza tore out the wrong page, or she had the right. You know what? You're right. You're right. But after reading Walter Keane's letter, Eliza realized that Myrtle I don't know. Ultimately, Eliza shoots Myrtle. People? But why people? What? Realized that Myrtle knew the wishbloom smell. Activated people? Transformed. All right, I think this is a good stopping point because we didn't even unlock the last two things. Yeah, so that's what that meant. I don't know. I didn't know what that meant. In her book, human, human, not so human, vampire creature, unsure what this is. Yeah, not sure what that is, but crazy. And so she's like, so that's really no wonder she wanted me to do it. It's because she wanted to see her transform. Oh, and that's why he's a turtle, because he's been transformed. Yep, exactly. Wild. That's crazy. But hey, this is a really good stopping point because now we have 1800. Yep, that's a thing. That's. Oh, this is Ada. She was transforming. They fell in love. Oh my goodness. Oh, this. These are the epilogues. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Yeah, so they actually fell in love on the island. Love Island, if you will. On February 27th, um, tipped off, blah, blah, blah. While the treasure. This. That's a next week issue. I mean, that's only two of them. You just got to know. I feel like I could do epilogue 2 faster than epilogue 1. On the way back to the ship, such and such Blake successfully, everyone except, because they're right now they're talking about a mutiny that happened on the ship, and then everyone died. But I'm honestly mentally exhausted from these four, especially this one. Yeah, it's a toss up. It's truly a toss up. So we'll leave it there. This seems like a really good stopping point. Thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate y'all coming to hang out and help with this wild journey that is the rise of the Golden Idol. It is exhausting, but so fulfilling when you get it right. Or it'll be a jump scare. I like games like this though. I like the ones that make me have to exercise my brain space. Because I don't get that as much anymore. Anyways, thank y'all for coming. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday and a great rest of your week. And I'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all for coming. Bye bye. Good night.